Minute 90. It's over. He's on his knees. He can't move. He can't breathe. Around him, the confetti is falling. For someone else, the opponents are celebrating. They are jumping. They are screaming. They are crying tears of joy. And he is still on his knees, staring at the grass, trying to understand how 4 years of his life just ended in a single moment. 4 years. For this. The World Cup final. The one night that every footballer dreams about from the moment he first kicks a ball. And it is over. Just like that. Let's go back. Minute 89. He's still running. Still believing. Still fighting. For something that is already slipping away. His teammates are pushing forward. One last attack. One last chance. The ball comes to him. He passes. He moves. He runs again. Even though his legs have nothing left. Even though every muscle in his body is screaming at him to stop. He doesn't stop. You don't stop in the 89th minute of a World Cup final. Minute 75. The coach makes a substitution. He looks at the bench. Nobody is coming for him. He is not being replaced. Which means the coach still believes in him. Or maybe the coach just doesn't have a better option. He will never know. He continues. Head down. Legs burning. Heart still believing even when the scoreboard is telling him to stop. Minute 60. His legs are burning. His lungs are on fire. But he keeps going. Because this is the World Cup final. You don't stop in a World Cup final. No matter what. No matter how much it hurts. No matter how heavy your legs have become. You keep running. Because somewhere in the back of your mind, you still believe. Minute 45. Half-time. The dressing room is silent. Not the silence of calm. Not the silence of confidence. The silence of men who know exactly what is at stake. Who know that the next 45 minutes will define their careers, their legacy, their entire lives. The coach speaks. Tactical adjustments. Motivational words. Nobody really hears him. Every player is somewhere else, in his own head, thinking about the second half that is about to begin, thinking about what they need to do differently, thinking about what they cannot afford to lose. Minute 1. The referee blows his whistle. 80,000 people hold their breath. Simultaneously. Billions watching from home. In living rooms. In bars. On phones. On screens in city squares where thousands have gathered to watch together. And him, standing on that pitch, feeling the weight of all those eyes on his shoulders, knowing that everything he has worked for, since he was a child kicking a ball against a wall, since the first time a coach told him he had something special, since the first injury that almost ended everything, since every sacrifice, every training session, every hotel room, every missed birthday, comes down to this. Sighs quietly. 90 minutes. That is all he has. 90 minutes to make 4 years mean something. 4 years ago, he didn't know yet. He didn't know that this moment would define him, that this final would follow him forever, whether he won it or lost it. This is the story of the most painful night in football, losing a World Cup final, and what it costs. Not just in 90 minutes, but for the rest of your life. 4 years. Not 4 years of glory. 4 years of sacrifice. Let me tell you what that really means. It means waking up at 5:30 in the morning. Every single day. When the rest of the world is still asleep. When your family is still in bed. When the city outside your window is completely silent. You wake up. You put on your boots. And you go to work. Not because someone is forcing you. Because this is the dream. And dreams cost something. It means missing birthdays. Your child's first steps. Your parents getting older without you being there. Your friends moving forward with their lives while you are on the road, in another city, in another country, living in hotels that all look the same, eating the same meals, following the same routines, day after day, for 4 years. It means injuries, not the small ones that keep you out for a week, the ones that make you question everything, the ones where you are lying on a treatment table at midnight while the physio works on your knee and you are staring at the ceiling, wondering if you will ever play again, wondering if everything you have sacrificed was for nothing. Exhales. But you come back. You always come back, because the dream is still there, the World Cup final. The one thing that makes all of it make sense. It means phone calls with your family that last 15 minutes because you have to sleep, because tomorrow there is another training session, another match, another step toward this moment. It means the moment he called his wife from a hotel room in a foreign city and told her that he was tired. Not physically tired. Tired in a way that sleep cannot fix. Tired of being away. Tired of missing everything. Tired of asking the people he loves to wait. Always wait. And she told him to keep going, because she knew what this meant to him. Because she had seen what he had given up. And she believed that it would be worth it. Sighs. He kept going. He always kept going. Through the pain, through the loneliness, through the moments of doubt that every athlete has but nobody talks about. He kept going because the dream was still alive. The World Cup final, his country, his flag, his moment. And then, the moment arrived. The final whistle of the semifinal. They had made it. 4 years of sacrifice. And they had made it. He called his wife. He called his parents. He called everyone he had asked to wait. And he told them, "We are in the final." The tears on the other end of the phone told him everything. It was worth it. All of it. Every 5:30 morning. Every missed birthday. Every hotel room. Every moment of doubt. It was all worth it. Because in 7 days, they would play a World Cup final. And 7 days later, he was on his knees, in the middle of a pitch covered in someone else's confetti, asking himself one single question. Exhales slowly. Was it worth it? That is the cruelest thing about losing a World Cup final. It's not the 90 minutes. It's everything that came before them, everything you gave up to be in that moment. And then, the moment is gone, and you can never get it back. Never. Now let me tell you about the 90 minutes, the ones that changed everything. Because losing a World Cup final is not just about the final score, it is about every single moment that led to it, every decision, every missed chance, every second where the game could have gone differently. And didn't. The match starts. Both teams are nervous, you can see it, in the first touches, in the heavy passes, in the way nobody wants to make a mistake. Because a mistake in a World Cup final costs everything. The first 15 minutes pass, nothing happens, but everything is happening. The tension is building, invisible, suffocating, like the moment before a storm when the air goes completely still. And then, a chance, the first real chance of the match. It goes wide. Exhales. The stadium breathes again, but only for a second, because everyone knows the next chance might not go wide. Minute 30. The game opens up. Both teams are pushing now. The fear is still there. But the desire is stronger. The desire to be the ones lifting that trophy. The ones whose names will be remembered forever. Minute 44. 1 minute before halftime. A corner kick. The ball comes in. Bodies everywhere. And then, contact. The ball hits the back of the net. Sighs. 1-0. They are losing. 1-0. With 1 minute to go before halftime. The stadium erupts on one side. And on the other side, silence. The kind of silence that feels like a wall. The kind of silence that says, this might be over. Halftime. The dressing room. The coach talks. He tells them it is not over. He tells them they can come back. He tells them they have 45 minutes to change history. And for a moment, they believe him. The second half begins. They push forward. They create chances. They believe. Minute 58. A shot. It hits the post. Exhales. So close. So painfully close. The post. Not the goalkeeper. Not a defender. The post. 12 centimeters. 12 centimeters between an equalizer and elimination. Minute 67. Another chance. This time the goalkeeper saves it. A brilliant save. The kind of save that breaks hearts. The kind of save that people will talk about for years. But not the people on his side. Minute 78. They are still pushing. Still believing. But the legs are getting heavy now. The mind is starting to calculate. 12 minutes left. 1 goal down. It is still possible. It is still possible. Minute 85. A free kick. Right on the edge of the box. This is it. This could be it. The whole stadium holds its breath. Billions of people around the world hold their breath. He steps up. He looks at the wall. He looks at the goalkeeper. He takes 3 steps back. He runs. He strikes. Sighs deeply. Over the bar. Over the bar. 5 minutes left. 1 goal down. Over the bar. Minute 90. The fourth official raises the board. 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes? 4 minutes to save 4 years. They push forward one last time. Everything forward. The goalkeeper comes up for a corner. The corner comes in. Bodies everywhere. The ball is cleared. And then, the final whistle. Exhales. It's over. 1-0. They lost a World Cup final. 1-0. After 90 minutes of fighting. Of believing. Of giving everything they had left. 1-0. And now he is on his knees. In the place where it ended. Unable to move. Unable to breathe. Unable to understand how this is the way it ends. This is not how it was supposed to end. The final whistle has blown. But the night is not over. The hardest part is still coming. The medal ceremony. He has to stand there, in the middle of the pitch, while the opponents celebrate around him, while the trophy is presented to the other team, while the confetti falls for someone else. He has to stand there, with a silver medal around his neck. A medal he doesn't want. A medal that represents the closest he ever got to the thing he wanted most. And then, the dressing room. The silence in there is different from any silence he has ever experienced. It is not the silence of halftime. It is not the silence before the match. It is the silence of men whose dream just ended. Some players are crying. Some are staring at the floor. Some are on their phones already. Calling home. Trying to find words for something that has no words. He sits in his corner. He doesn't call anyone yet. He just sits there, with his boots still on. Thinking about the free kick in the 85th minute. Thinking about the shot that hit the post. Thinking about every moment where it could have gone differently. And didn't. Sighs. The days that follow are the hardest. Watching the winners celebrate, seeing the photos everywhere, the trophy, the parade, the joy, while you are at home, quietly, trying to process what happened, trying to find a reason to move forward. But here is what nobody tells you about losing a World Cup final. It doesn't define you. The trophy doesn't define you. What defines you is what you did to get there. The 5:30 mornings, the missed birthdays, the injuries you came back from. The moments of doubt you pushed through. The sacrifices you asked the people you love to make. That is who you are. Not the final score. Not the post that the ball hit. Not the free kick that went over the bar. History will remember the ones who won, but the ones who gave everything to be in that final, they are not forgotten. Not by the people who watched them, not by the teammates who fought beside them, and not by themselves. Exhale slowly. Losing a World Cup final stays with you forever. There is no question about that. It follows you into retirement, into the rest of your life. You will always remember exactly where you were standing when the final whistle blew. Exactly how the grass felt under your knees. Exactly what the silence sounded like on your side of the stadium. But here's the truth that takes years to understand. The pain you feel tonight is the price of having dared to dream that big. Most people never get close to their biggest dream. You were 90 minutes away. Sighs quietly. That's not failure. That is a life fully lived. So when you see a player on his knees after a World Cup final, when you see him unable to move, unable to breathe, remember this: he gave everything for years for this moment, and the moment didn't go his way, but he was there. He was in a World Cup final, and that is something most people can only dream about. If this video spoke to you, subscribe. Every week we tell the stories behind football that nobody else talks about. There is always more to this story. There is.